Today, I wanted to review with you one of the most divisive and controversial Muslim YouTube channels ever. El Canal de Paloma.
Hola a todos, assalamu alaikum.
So who is Paloma? Where does she live? What is she about? Paloma is a young Spanish Muslim woman who embraced Islam at one point in her life, and her dad is none other than Miguel Ruiz de Almodóvar, who is a published author and lawyer living in the Alpujarra region in Andalusia in south of Spain. So she started YouTube in 2012, and when I checked on her, first was in 2022, she was at 5,000 subscribers. A few months later, she went up to 60. And now she is at 120,000. But she has no video reveal about her silver plaque, which is a green flag to me, you know? I guess she is of Sufi inspiration.
El sufismo es un viaje del corazón en busca de la unión íntima con lo divino.
She lives in Orhiva, a village, if you're familiar with, there is a huge Muslim community made of, West Africans, North Africans, but mainly British people who made hijrah, so who flew from Britain and settled in Spain. Through her videos, we learned that she's an artist, she likes painting, and she loves her dad, who manages the Museum of the Alpujarras in the town of Orhiva. Spanish Muslims living as in Al-Andalus time. Muslims in Granada celebrate Eid al-Adha, the beauty of Islam in Andalusia. Traveling to Morocco, Al Jazeera interview. Her channel boomed when she started to put English subtitles, and more recently with her videos about Palestine. So her audience seems to come from all over the globe. A lot of people, I guess, are curious about the life of Muslims in Europe, and specifically in Spain, which is a country with a very rich Islamic heritage.
Allah Walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar.
But what is her channel about, first and foremost? So if you checked a few years ago, you would see her banner, Arte en Cocina, Arts and Cooking. But then, fast forward to very recently, when I decided to make this video, she writes, "The Moorish footprint dwells in our hearts. Explore Granada, the last Islamic kingdom of the Iberian Peninsula, through the eyes of Paloma, a new Muslim of Andalusian origin." So you'll find a lot of cooking, you'll find nature, landscapes. It's very contemplative. It's almost, like watching a very, very long documentary.
Situada en el corazón de Andalucía, es una región conocida por ser el último refugio de Al-Ándalus. En tiempos recientes, su capital, Orgiva, ha traído una nueva comunidad de musulmanes sufís, quienes encuentran en su entorno natural y su legado histórico un lugar ideal.
It's very relaxing, to say the least. There's no productivity, there's no competition as in many other YouTubers. She tries to present Islam in Andalusia through the lens of the Muslims who live there, and which is kind of, a risky thing to do when you know that Islam is not what people do. People have 1,001 different ways of practicing Islam. Because if you try to present Islam through the lens of the Dubai Lounge in Birmingham, I guess you'll have a very, very different result. So why is it different from any other Muslim channel? Since the 2010s, YouTube, I think, has been dominated by lots of debaters that make a career out of antagonizing other people, something which is more entertainment value, because, it produces dopamine hits, attention economy, and her channel is literally the complete opposite. And how she presents herself is very interesting. She literally appears like an ordinary local person. The thumbnails, the titles are not clickbait, they are not polarizing, they are not antagonistic, and she doesn't produce at a very high frequency. It's absolutely not consumerist oriented. Her content is not, she's not trying to sell you something. She's not like trying to feature goods, make deals with brands, or sell you an online course. To be honest, that's so refreshing. And a Muslim channel that doesn't have something to sell you. And when she speaks in Spanish, her native language. And this is because perhaps her audience are not young Muslims in the UK who go to Dubai Lounge in Birmingham, because a lot of people who are into these, like the debate scene, would possibly not consider her as a valid Muslim. She doesn't wear the hijab, she features traditional music in her videos. She doesn't spend her holidays in Dubai. She doesn't go to the shisha lounge. I'm not even sure there are shisha lounges over there. And she doesn't wear designer clothes. People can be valid Muslims even if they're not rich, if they don't wear designer clothes, if they don't drive a Lamborghini. I mean, she likes nature, she likes cooking. She might maybe follow a different madhab, a different school of thoughts, different scholars. It doesn't mean she's not a valid Muslim. You know what? The internet can be merciless, and I'm sure she's getting a lot of fire from Spanish people who do not like seeing Muslims. And one thing I really have to give to her is that she is not like all of these other convert celebrities. She hasn't accepted any trips to Pakistan, Saudi or Egypt, all expense paid with a security escort, Umrah, all expense paid by the Saudi government. And she doesn't claim being an ambassador for Muslims, an ambassador for Islam. And she features Muslims from marginalized backgrounds, which not many Muslim YouTubers do. And I want to repeat how refreshing it is to have a Muslim YouTube channel which is quite popular and doesn't have anything to sell us. It is a breath of fresh air, I have to say it. At the end of the day, what we transpires through this channel is just, Paloma, a woman from Orhiva, journeying through Islam. It's one of these little miracles of the internet that we don't have enough of here in the UK or the US, I guess. Thank you very much for watching, and again, take care of each other and yourselves.